Empowered by the holy light and the undying strength of their convictions, the Draenai led the charge against the demonic Burning Legion in Outland. Now, with the Legion's defeat, they have completed the desperate mission that first brought them to Azeroth. Though some Draenai were sent back to Outland to revitalize their former civilization, the majority have vowed to remain and uphold their sacred commitment to the Alliance. Driven by a powerful vision, the immortal prophet Valen believes that a great war between the darkness and the light is fast approaching, and that Azeroth will be its principal battleground. As one of Valen's chosen, you must stand bravely before the Shadow and ensure that your people are ready for the war to come.
Hi, welcome to our Let's Play of World of Warcraft Starting Zones. We are on our Draenai Paladin. We are in Azure Mist Isle, which is the zone they start in. We're going to talk to Magellan.
The Naru have not forgotten
You survived.
us.
Never mind my injuries, brother. It's a miracle that any of us are alive. It didn't look like you were going to pull through, but you've been in suspense for weeks. Something happened and the Exodar crashed. Many have died, but I'm relieved that you are alive, Murad. With you leading our efforts, I'm sure we'll get to safety soon. Proentius asked me to send you to him when you awoke. He's awaiting for you at the bottom of the hill. Just follow the path southwest.
Be well.
So the Draenai are originally from Argus, and they escaped Argus from the Burning Legion, and then they lived on Outland for a long time, and then eventually the Orcs were corrupted by the demons and tried to slaughter them, and they escaped Outland on the Exodar. And I believe the Exodar crashed here on Azure Mist Isle. Proentis.
Blessings upon you.
You survived. Murad, by the Eternal Soul, it is good to see you. I don't know why the Exodar crashed. Only those of us that were in this part of the ship remain. That's not much time, if we are to save everyone that we can.
Blessings upon your family.
Replenishing the healing crystals. Our immediate concern is the depleted state of our healing crystals. We must replenish them quickly. Unfortunately, the only way to do this at this point is to extract the blood from the local Vale moths. Their blood will make for a suitable substitute. The moths can be found in many places around the Vale, but they are mostly concentrated in the northwest.
Be kind to those less fortunate.
Okay, so we need to drain the Vale moths, huh? Guess we can do that.
It's too far away. I need to get closer.
I believe the Draenai are the oldest race of all the
I'm
playable
out of
races.
range.
They have a really interesting history.
I need a target.
They've lived on like 3 different planets,
It's too far away.
whereas most of the races have just lived on Azeroth.
I need to get closer.
So there's kind of a meme surrounding them. People call them space goats because they look
I'm
like
out of range.
like fawns or something from
need to
Chronicles of
get
Narnia, and they're from outer space, which is pretty fitting. Their active passive ability is, I think, Gift of the Naru. Yeah, Gift of the Naru.
It's
Heals the
too far
target
away.
for 20% of the caster's total health. So like a self heal. That's really good. Just like a free heal, doesn't cost mana. Really
Out
good.
of range.
Unlike a class that can't heal, because that's a nice little heal. Their other racial ability is they have shadow resistance by 1%. That can be helpful. An heroic presence. Increased your strength and agility and intellect by 1. Scales with level. That's real helpful. And then jewel crafting. They get a plus 10 increase to jewel crafting.
The Naru have not forgotten us.
Replenish the healing crystals. Murad, you have harvested the necessary moth blood for the healing crystals yet. The survivors scatter all over the Vale. Time is of the essence. Oh.
Ever the road traveled by few.
Oh. Now that you have gathered all we need to replenish our healing crystals, I need you to deliver the veils of Zul'Din, our priest. You'll find him tending our wounded inside the central chamber of the ship. Okay. Should have read that. And there's a quest outside, I just see. Zul'Din.
May the light embrace
Hello,
you.
Paladin. What have you there? Is this for me? Good work. This will do nicely to replenish our depleted healing crystals. But now that you are here, I think I have another use for you, if you're willing.
Safe journey.
Rescuing the survivors. The healing crystals are replenished, but that is not the only way we can help the injured. All Draenai can tap the gift of the Naru to heal. You must use this ability to heal one of the crash survivors. You'll find most of the survivors in this area, west and northwest, but the crash scattered is all over the Vale. The survivors have suffered from exposure to the irritated power crystals, so you should be able to find them. The red glowing that surround them. You must save them.
May your days be long and your hardships few.
Alright, looks like we got a quest back out here. So, we all kind of crashed on this part of Azeroth. Got some wrist pads. Talk to Pronatus again.
Good fortune.
Botanist Terex. Murad, Botanist Terex is in need of your assistance. You'll find her within the apprentices to the west, outside the ship.
Do not lose faith.
You over here? Right. We need to survive. We need to rescue the Draenei survivor. Let's talk to Botanist Terex.
Each day is a
Oh, thank goodness you've come. We have much to do.
good health, long
Volatile
life.
mutations. The irradiated power cores from the Exodar have been wreaking havoc on the environment here. The most obvious effect has been the appearance of the strange creatures that seem to have sprung up near them. That may be something we can do to help them, but now their sheer numbers are becoming too much for us to handle. I'd like you to go out there and cut their numbers somewhat, and perhaps I'll have another idea for giving it more thought.
Seek the path of the light.
Volatile mutation. So these crystals mutated the wildlife. And they all fell off the Exodar.
I need to get closer. I'm out of range.
Alright, we
It's
need
too
to find a
far away.
Draenei survivor. There's one.
I need to target something first.
Heal him up. There it is. Alright, we need 3 more of the mutations. 2 more of the mutations. Pull this one, I think.
I don't have a
Alright,
time.
now we turn those in. Botanist Terex.
Good fortune.
Let's see. I believed I have formed a plan that might give us the alternative solution to this problem, but I will need your help. The nearby lake has been contaminated by one of the ship's power crystals. Many of the plants and animals of the Ammenvale have been mutated because of this. I have a theory of how to heal the lake, but I must have samples from the mutated lashers for analysis. They can be found to the west of the Ammen fields. Will you help me,
Do
Paladin?
not lose faith.
Yep.
Blessings upon you.
Botanical lake work. The Ammen fields to the west are the primary breeding ground to the local lasher population. With the corruption of the water table from the nearby lake, Botanist Terex is worried that the lashers will not be able to reproduce themselves once we have cleansed the lake. Go to the Ammen fields and pick some of the corrupted flowers for me so I can take a look at them and see what can be done. You should be able to identify them by their uncharacteristic red petals.
Be kind to those less fortunate.
Alright. We gotta go back into the ship. What is happening? Why can't I get in here? Okay. Okay. I was doing it one-handed for a second. I just couldn't, like, jump in there. Okay.
Each day is a
Zoldan.
blessing.
Rescue the survivors. The light be praised. You've done what only a true hero could have done. Murad the Don't walk away from me. Please take this supply pouch. You look like you could use it more than I.
Be kind to those less fortunate.
Alright, so now it looks like we need to go, yep, kind of to the middle of the zone. Go out here. Technician
Kronakai
Zena.
Christor.
Spare parts. We managed to recover a damaged holographic emitter from the crash. If we repair it, we will have a chance to find other survivors outside the Ammenvale. There were devices from the ship that could be salvaged for spare parts in the area, but the local Alkin carried them off before we could get them. Murad, you must go to the Nestlewood thicket and hills to find the spare parts.
Dionysaka.
The Alkin
The Naru
are,
have not forgotten us.
like Boomkin. Inoculation. Zena needs our help in salvaging parts from the Exodar. Terex prepared an inoculation that can be given to the Nestle Alkin that live in the area and a lot of the salvage. Just get close to the unaffected ones and use the crystal on them. Unfortunately, you'll have to kill the others. You'll find the Alkin Nestlewood thicket and Nestlewood hills to the southwest.
Remain
southeast.
vigilant.
Okay, so we need to do quite a bit. So we need to deal with the lashers. We need to get the red petals. Then we need to get the parts from the Alkin and then inoculate some of the Alkin. Okay. Do I kill the lashers? There's a petal.
I need to get closer.
Lasher sample. Yeah, I just pick him up. Okay. We got our first healing ability.
I'm out of range.
Alright.
It's too far away.
Really wish I had a ranged ability here. I mean, I have judgment, but it's not much of a ranged ability.
I'm out of range.
Paladins really, especially later on, really excel at pulling multiple things.
It's too far away.
They can take a lot of damage, and in some cases, if you spec them right, they do more damage the more mobs that are hitting them. Paladins are really, really fun to tank.
I need to get closer.
They're a very safe class. All right.
I'm out of range.
Need 2 more of these. Then I think we'll go to the Nestlewood. There it is. So the Nestlewood's over there. So basically keep heading this direction. I like the music of this zone. It's like minimalistic. Like a very chill sort of flute occasionally. And then like keys or pads just sort of in the background. Very ambient. It kind of captures the extraterrestrial aspect of the Draenai. You know, they're not originally from this planet, kind of a thing. And also kind of sadness. They have kind of a sad history. Alright, so we need to inoculate the wildkin. Is it just anyone? Do I I need spare parts. Where are the spare parts at? Is that a spare part? It looks like a part from the ship.
It's too far away.
Okay. Do I have to go? Oh, there's a spare part over there. Okay. So, can we do the mutated
I
one?
need to
No,
get
so we have to
closer.
do the gray one. Okay. The regular Alkin. Okay, I see. That makes sense. We're inoculating them to the corruption. These have already been corrupted. I understand. Okay. There's 2 parts. See if there's more up here. Did they put their their own skulls on rocks? There's one over here and a part. These are what the druid class can turn into when they are spec'd into range DPS. So we need 1 more part, and we need to inoculate 3 more. 3 more. There's 1 more part. And I don't know. I don't see any more. I don't know if we want to go in the cave. I wonder if my Hearthstone will get me back there. I think it will. Oh, I canceled it. Oh, well, that's still closer than everything else. Alright, we are back at the crash site. Botanist Terex.
May the light embrace you.
Alright. Healing the lake. Thank goodness. I think it'll work. I have an agent for you to spread at Silverline Lake to the south. It will neutralize the efforts of the eradicated ship's power and crystals that fell there. Swim out and scatter the neutralizing agent near it. Don't worry, you won't be exposed long enough to become irradiated.
Blessings upon your family. Warm wishes to you.
Botanical legwork.
Be kind to those less fortunate.
Okay, there wasn't a continuing quest, alright? So we need to disperse the neutralizing agent in the lake, and we need to go to the other side of the crash site and turn in the quests for the wildkin that we did. I'm definitely getting like almost like a Fallout vibe, like all the eradicated crystals that are mutating the wildlife.
Friend.
Let me take a look at those. Yes, I think this will do it nicely. Good job, Murad. The emitter is rather complex, so it may take some time to finish the repairs. I'll let you know when it is ready. In the meantime, you might see if Vindicator Aldair has anything he could use for.
Dionysaka.
Aldar?
Arcanon Poros.
Inoculation. With many of the Alkin now inoculated, we can focus on getting out of here and not have to worry about wiping out the wildkin population in the area. Here, choose from these. You've done good work. Alright, let's just do minor defense. We don't need
Blessings
any
upon your
healing.
family.
The missing scout. We now have several separate confirmations of unusual activity up on the Shadow Ridge. This is disturbing. We thought that the scourging missions already undertaken had been thorough. One of our scouts hasn't reported back. Scouting mission. Paladin, I need you to head to the southwest to the other side of the Silverline Lake and find Tolan and see what has delayed him.
Remember the lessons of the past.
Right, so we need to find the missing scout, and we need to disperse the neutralizing agent in the lake. There's a piece of the ship right there. The ship must be huge. So, where do I just disperse it anywhere? Disperse neutralizing agent at the eradicated power crystal. Ah, okay, I see. The power crystal's in the leg, so that's what's causing the mutations. Got it. Alright, did that. Now let's go find the missing scout. Shadow Ridge. It's an ominous name. Oh, we got it. Hammer of Justice. This is our first stunning ability. This is really, really good. Stuns the enemy for 6 seconds. Alright. Oh, there he is. He's not dead. Oh, there are night elves over here. Blood elves, I mean. Toland. Help, blood elves. They ambushed me. Don't have long. The blood elves. You must eliminate the blood elf threat. Find out what they're up to. They're on the ridge behind me. Okay. No questions asked. We're just sent out to kill random friendly NPCs.
Malanore. I need to get closer.
Or neutral NPCs. They're just
State
scouts
your
too.
business.
So what are they? Is there a bigger blood elf base or presence than Azure Mist?
We will persevere. Anaria Shola.
Wish I had an AoE
Victory
ability.
lies ahead. Anu Belore de la Na.
I like the blood elves. I played the blood elf starting zone, but there aren't any Draenai in there. So it's interesting that in the Draenai starting zone, there are blood elves that you have to kill.
I'm out of range.
Because they're not really mortal enemies. The world that the Draenai fled, Outland, the blood elves are enemies there, but not necessarily these blood elves on Azeroth.
I need a target. Anu Belore de la Na.
They probably, these elves probably landed when the ship crashed, so these might be blood elves from Outland actually. I guess we'll find out. Alright, let's see if Toland will tell us anything.
Good fortune.
These blood elves mean to kill us all. How are we to divert them from this course? Blood elf spy. I have a plan. We must kill their leader. Without their master, perhaps they will retreat to regroup. We just need to buy time until the repairs are completed. Then Vindicator Aldair must know of this. Kill the surveyor, then return to tell him what we found.
Remain vigilant.
Okay. So, the surveyor up top. So at level 6, at level 6 we get Consecration, which is our first area of effect ability. So that will be a nice boost to our DPS when we pull multiple mobs. I like all the architecture of the Blood Elves.
It's too far away.
That's what that stun ability looks like. It's a hammer that comes out of the sky. Sweet. Alright, we got a Blood Elf plan. These plans seem important. You should take them to Vindicator Eldir at the crash site. Alright, so I think we're gonna actually hearth back. That'll be quicker than walking. There's Vindicator Aldair.
Arcanon Poros.
I thank you for dealing with the Blood Elf Surveyor. Surely she was their leader. Rest assured, we will deal with whatever remnant is still nearby. Please take one of these weapons. Alright?
Do not lose faith.
Blood Elf plans. Here, let me read these plans. The Blood Elves that have followed us here, they are evil to the core. They should be wiped from existence. The Vindicator takes a moment to regain his composure. I apologize. That was uncalled for. We are indebted to you for your uncovering this information, Murad. I wonder why they're evil to the core. Like, why is he saying that? The emitter. Murad, while you were out there investigating the Shadow Ridge, Jaina here has been going on about the holographic emitter. You might want to speak with her.
Good health, long life.
Open your heart to the light.
I got it. I think I managed to fix the emitter. Here, I'll just activate this, the last crystal, and that should do it. Take a look at the emitter, Murad. It looks like it's beginning to work. Someone is appearing.
Seek the path of the light.
By the 7 Terry crystals. Others have survived the crash. Jaina, is that you? It's good to see you again. Image of Technician Diane. Travel to Azure Watch. And who we have here? No doubt the communications are possible. I'll give you greetings from Azure Watch, okay? By all, that is good, Murad. You must go at once to the Azure Watch and speak with Divan. There is a path that leads west out of here to the tiny isle. Follow it and across the Crystal Brook River to arrive at the larger part of the isle. Continue to follow the path, and you should find Azure Watch.
May your days be long and your hardships.
Okay. We have one more quest over here. We'll go turn that in, and then we'll head to Azure Watch, which looks like it takes us out of this started zone. Oh, we didn't go up here to the Scarred Grove. I wonder if we should do that. They didn't have a quest that took us up there, so that's interesting.
Arcanon Poros.
Alright, healing the lake. Okay, thank you, Murad. I will tell Telden to try the neutralizing agent. No one to capture the beast at once.
Be kind
okay,
to
so
those
that's
less
just
fortunate.
kind of a wrap up of that. Alright, so... let's zoom out. Okay, yeah. So we need to head out of this area. So this is our little starting zone area. We need to head towards Azure Watch. We're just kind of... Oh, yeah, there's a big part of the ship right there. Wow. Almost has kind of a cathedral. A chapel cathedral aspect to it. Stained glass windows, kind of. The Draenai are definitely unique. No other race really looks like them, adds their architecture, their aesthetics. Alright, we got a couple of Draenai along the path here. Oh, it's a guard.
Krona Kai Christor.
There's a bunch of them right here.
Arcanon Poros.
We have Aeon.
Welcome, welcome.
Word from Azure Watch. Paladin, a couple mutated beasts jumped me. My leg is injured. I was sent on a scouting mission from Azure Watch. After we received word from Jaina, please, could you go speak with caregiver Shellian in my stead? She needs to know how many people to expect from Azure Watch. Just cross the Crystal Brook River here and continue following the road, and you'll find Azure Watch.
Safe journeys.
Alright. We can do that. Love this music. The Ammen Ford. There's a Night Elf ruin over there. See that later. I'm sure we'll be taking all over this zone. The Exodar's at the far west side of it. The Canna.
Kronakai Christor.
Red Snapper. Alright, this is just a quest for fish.
Safe journey.
We'll grab that. We might do that. Probably would make sense to do it while we're here, but I want to go, for the sake of this, just moving forward, I'm going to go to the Azure Watch and end the first episode there, I think. Got more of those lashers. I like this forest. Lots of blues and purples. A little bit of pink. Those power crystals are all over the place. There's the Exodar straight ahead. That's the main ship that we traveled on. The Crashite was just a piece of it. Alright, now we have concentration. So I'm gonna move some of my abilities around here. Oh, we got a ton of quests here. Okay. So let's talk to the people we were supposed to talk to, and then we will make our inn here. Technician Diven, this is the guy we need to talk to. Ah, good to see you again. I'm glad that we both were able to get our emitter fixed. We might never have found one another. And don't worry, we'll see to it that the Ammenvale gets help and supplies. Speaking of assistance, now that you're here, go around and introduce yourself to the others. I know that there are plenty to do.
Be well.
Alright, so that is the first episode of the Draenai Starter Zone.